What do you have planned for tomorrow? Maybe work, go have lunch with your friend? What do you have planned for this weekend? Maybe go see a movie? Well, don't plan on seeing this one. Recently, I was looking for subjects to talk about or make a video on, and I came across this movie. 100 Years, a movie directed by Robert Rodriguez and written by John Malkovich. I know that name may ring a few bells in some of you guys' heads. The John Malkovich, yes. John Malkovich goes on to say that somebody, I guess, approached him, not sure who, and came to him with the idea of making a movie and releasing it in 100 years on November 18th, 2115 exactly. It lands on a Monday, if I believe. Now, like I said, I can't give you too much background on the movie because they haven't released any of it. I'm surprised. Like, if I haven't said already, the movie was made in 2015, so I'm surprised there hasn't been any leaks. Hell, there's been more leaks of the U.S. government and their secrets than there has of this movie, which is really surprising to me. I'm surprised none of the actors have came out or anything like that, and given hints or anything. I mean, there's just been nothing. I wasn't able to find nothing on this movie. There has been a couple trailers, so with that being said, let's just watch them, and yeah.
In 2015, I, John Malkovich, shot a film which will be held for 100 years. The time required to create Louis XIII. Imagine the future.
You're late.
You miss me that much? Must be terrible for you. Thrilling.
Hey, what are you guys doing here?
So there you go. That's the trailer. I mean, there's more trailers, but they're literally the exact same thing, just with the actors in different costumes and different scenery, I should say. This is interesting. I find this really interesting. I mean, what do you like? Where do you see yourself in even 5-10 years from now? I can't even. Jesus, I cannot think. That's scary to think about. I mean, some of you may have kids. Like, Jesus, some of you might not even be here. I might not even be here in 10 years. I mean, who's to say that any of us will be here tomorrow or next week? This whole like thing of making a movie and releasing it for people in the future is so like retro to me. That's just so crazy, man, to think that there's a movie out right now that's set for people to watch 100 years from now, that was filmed while we were alive. Like, man, like I'm sure there's been things that people have saved, like time capsules and certain other films that they archived or saved for people like us to view. Like I think Nickelodeon saved a time capsule, and there's just been other things that people from the past have put and saved for us, literally people of the future, of their future, us, meaning us, to watch. And it's just crazy to think about how we probably won't see this film. I mean, I the only hope of us ever seeing this film is if medical technology advances so much to the point where we live maybe 150 years. I don't know how old I'll be over at least 100 years old, man. I'll be dead, but man, Jesus, it's just weird to think about. I mean, what would you say to somebody 100 years from now? Who's to say that I mean, I'm sure English will be around, but who's to say they'll even understand, like, the CGI, bro? Like, the CGI even from 2015. I've watched films from like 2015, and the CGI is like, you can tell it was like, oh, that's CGI. Even nowadays, like the recent Flash movie, the CGI on that was not I'm sorry, it was not good. Sorry, Marvel fans. But yeah, man, I mean, I hope somebody saves this video or something, and I don't know. I mean, it's weird to think about maybe somebody 100 years from now could be watching this video in 2115. That's so freaking weird. Can you even understand me? Like, I wonder if there'd be like a transcript or something, or I don't know. I mean, do y'all guys have beanies? Do y'all like, oh my gosh, man, what are the styles like? What are the cars like? What's government like? What are people like? People back then look at today, 2023, and even, you know, 2001, like the whole film 2001, they looked at the future and they thought, you know, there'd be flying cars and time travelers, and you know, they thought we'd be living on the freaking moon and traveling to different galaxies. So, you know, who are we to think that maybe in 2115 they'd have that sort of stuff? But ah, man, the way technology has advanced so much, they have to have some sort of technology we can't even wrap our minds around. Think about 100 years ago, 1923. Man, they didn't, if you handed them a phone, they wouldn't even know how to, they would man, they wouldn't even understand what that is. If you were to give them certain even basic drugs like a Tylenol, bro, like it would, like, oh my gosh, it would literally, like, they couldn't even wrap their minds around it. Like the internet, or, you know, just Jesus, like there's so many things that we have nowadays that people back then couldn't even imagine. Like they couldn't even fathomably, you know, think about, you know, like forever. Like Jesus, hopefully they can at least release like a little trailer or something, man. I hope I'm able to see this movie in my lifetime. I know in the trailer there's a bottle of liquor there. I wonder if they actually set a bottle to the side for people 100 years from now to drink, like on the release of this movie. It sucks that it lands on a Monday, but who's to say that even Monday will be like the worst day of the week? What if that's like the Friday compared? What if there's even more days to the week? What if we discover something that just upsets time itself, man? Like that who's to say that there's not like something out there that could completely just change the reality of humanity forever? And to think, I mean, this movie's like hurting my head. I'm going too deep. It's just too deep. This is too deep. So here's a video of John Malkovich on the Graham Norton show. He's talking about the movie, so I just thought it'd be interesting for you guys to see it. So here we go. So that didn't work out. I cut the video right here because the show is copyrighted, and YouTube wasn't really giving me an issue about it, but I just rather not risk it. So let me just explain to you what John Malkovich says. He just goes on to really say that Cognac approached him with the idea of making the movie. He says though that the movie isn't really a movie. It's just a short film, and a short film is anything under 40 minutes really. So yeah, I mean, they made it would have been interesting if they made the movie 100 minutes exactly, like 100 minutes, 100 seconds, and like whatever, you know. But yeah, I mean, that's pretty much all he says. He goes on to say that the movie is made, that there is a bottle of cognac waiting there, and that basically all there is left to do is wait the next freaking 92 years. How long ago was 2015? 8 years ago, so 92 years. Yeah, I mean, it's crazy to think about, bro. Like 2015 was 8 years ago already. That's, bro, that makes me feel so freaking old. I was a kid, man. Those years, those early 2010 years were so freaking fun to me. Man, it's crazy to think that it's all gone, you know? I guess that's life though. Another thing crazy to think about is that 2115 will be the past to some people. Like, I know time always goes on, but it's weird to think about that 2115 is 100 or 92 years away to be exact. Basically 100 years away. It's just so far, you know what I mean? Like, it's so far. I mean, not unfathomably far, but it's far to the point where most of us won't be alive. And to think that, you know, some of the scientific breakthroughs that we've had, and some of the, you know, just breakthroughs, and just, you know, us as a civilization, we've had to compared to people in the past. You know, those breakthroughs were so far away they couldn't even like imagine. You know what I mean? But yeah, guys, that's pretty much gonna do it for today's video. Definitely, if you like this video, definitely give this video a thumbs up. Definitely subscribe if you want to see more. Definitely leave some positive feedback in the comments. Definitely, like I've been saying in my past videos, if you want to see me go live or you feel like that's something you'd be interested in watching, definitely leave some positive feedback in the comments. If you want to keep up with me and my up-to-date videos, you can follow me on Instagram. I'll put up a username right here. And yeah, guys, I guess that's gonna pretty much do it. And if you made it this far in the video, thank you again for watching, and catch you guys on the next one. Peace.